Girl, I'm here to talk about Liv's life. Y'all, listen, I got let me raise your hand if you got a friend or know a friend of a friend of a friend who remind you of Liv. Let me know if you ever been in a situation like Liv. Let me know if you had your heart broke about the same man that you knew you shouldn't be with. Let me know if you stayed a little more longer than you should and you got embarrassed. So, that's where I'm coming from when I talk. Not judge me, girl. I'm just looking at you through the window, okay? Through the window. And I know you can get it together, baby. I know. Okay? So anyways, y'all mind y'all business in them comments. Talk about, oh, you sound judgmental. Baby, I can't judge over some things I done been through. Baby, I can only relate. I can only relate, okay? But she said, hey to y'all bitches in the back. And when she said that, I said, hey, girl, because I am a bitch in the back. I'm in the way, way back of your shit looking in, okay? Because it's a hot-ass mess. Because, from what I recall, Liv, you left that man first. Like them people in the comments said, you left your husband first when you went from Texas to Florida. And you let him know first what he could live without and what he could be without. You did. You let him know that he could wake up in the morning and be without them kids saying daddy. You let him know that he could be away from them kids for a little bit and not be too bothered. You let him know that he could just work and do whatever the hell it is that he wanted to do without having to do that thing. And when he went from missing it, he went from not missing it to having to just get over it. And that's what you showed him to do. You gave him the leeway to feel numb about that, boo. But that do not make him a bad father. Because if that makes him a bad father for leaving and getting his happiness, it makes you a bad mother for taking them kids from their father to get yours. Anyways, she said that she has tried so long to avoid being a single mother, which I understand. You know what I'm saying? I do. Because I've been a single mother before myself. A single teen mother. Okay? Let's get that correct. Anyway, so with that, I understand, and I'm to be honest, with me being married, if my husband said he wanted to go somewhere, I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I would bite the bullet and go wherever the hell it is my husband wanted to go, just because I don't have no choice but to respect and support what my husband wants to do, because I have 3 boys that I'm raising into be men, that we are raising into being men, and I need them to be able to feel powerful when they come to a woman, instead of being one of them little men that can't do nothing, can't do Nathaniel, baby, won't even pull up directions for his baby, no, can't chain no tie. Anyways, she says that what's hard the most about this transition is her kids not having their father. And I just want to be honest, when you bitter, that ain't what you really saying and what you really mean. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the hardest thing, I would have sent my boy with his daddy. I'm gonna be honest. My sons, if anything was to ever happen, my sons would go with their father, for the simple reason that as a woman, I've already been a single parent, parent. I just don't feel like a single woman should raise a boy if she don't have to. If he has a father that's there, that's reliable, that's consistent, that loves him, that he misses on a consistent basis, I believe that son deserves to go with his father, not just because you feel like he needs his mother, because you gonna push that bond away, and then when it comes, when you want it to be there, it'll be so far away from being a bond that you gonna regret that you know what I'm saying, didn't let him go with going to be honest, I just feel like as reason why, me personally, why I say I would let my kids go with their father if he was a good dad, you know what I'm saying, is because the bitterness prevents you from being a good mother, emotionally to your sons, because as they grow, you start to, that bitterness makes you only see their father. You know what I'm saying? That bitterness only makes you see all of the hurt that a man has took you through, because that's the only man around. That's the only male around. And people try not to talk about it and act like it's not a thing, but it is. And to me, knowing that, I just personally would let my sons go with their father if he was a good man. I get sick of when, which I understand how it feels to you, like, oh, he left his kids. But in this situation, now that it's obvious that you left first, I can't sympathize. But if it was where he just picked up and left his kids, that would be he just left his kids. But if he told you he was leaving, if y'all debated on you going, all these things, if you didn't want to bend or fold and go with him, and you're mad that he left, but when you wanted to leave Texas to go to Florida because of your reasons, you didn't want him to be mad at you for leaving. I feel like you went and bought that house knowing that he wanted to leave to Texas. I feel like that's why he never laid up in there. I don't agree with you being upset at him for wanting to find his happiness. I don't agree that he should be upset with you for finding yours, because y'all been together for 7 years and both y'all been bullshitting each other for 7 years, and y'all was just gonna continue to do that. So it's just like somebody had to grow up. Somebody had to man up. Somebody had to put their foot down. And unfortunately, Liv, you made sure that it was not you. So you can't be upset that he decided to be like, I don't want to take this no more. You can't. And if you decided to do it, he couldn't be upset with you, boo. And how she sits on there and parade as a woman of 30 with businesses and, you know, a platform about how she does not care about him leaving her, to me is dishonest. You know what I'm saying? And me, how I feel is, if you gonna tell it all. You ain't finna make me believe that you ain't crying about how that man left you. How you done gave him 3 homes, three kids, y'all lost the baby. You done let him come back after you already got used to him being gone to be around his kids and be in his life. Y'all done got married. You bought a home. You know, you done did all these things for this man, and you want to make us believe on the grapevine that you ain't devastated, but you want us to believe that you ain't pressed about it because you on the phone on live with some other men, or you know, you fake texting some other men or saying they finna come over. Meanwhile, you always got stuff to say about these other women on here, and it's the fact that your business really can't be hid. So that's why you get out and talk about it, because eventually it's going to come out. However, you don't even come out with the truth, the full truth. I just want to understand how you knew. You saying that you knew for years that you didn't want to be with him, how, you know, him leaving don't affect you because you didn't love him no more anyways. And I just want to know how, why do us as women feel like we got to keep long suffering with these men that we don't want and that we not happy with? And you still don't gain nothing from it. You don't gain nothing for being long suffering with this man. You know what you show him? That you are a long sufferer. That you are a bag lady. That's what you show him. And that's what you showed him. for years. You showed him that every time he dropped that bag, every time he dropped one of his weights, you gonna pick him up and tote them home. Like, no, don't show him that. Don't show him. The only people that need to know how super of a woman you are your children. Because you, like, another thing with that long suffering, you'll sit there and long suffer with him. Meanwhile, you gaining bitterness and bitterness and bitterness and bitterness and bitterness and bitterness against him. So, the more bitterness you gain, the more lack of respect you gain, the more lack of accountability, the more lack of the more you lack holding your tongue, biting your lip, baby. You start to just letting him know how you feel immediately, okay? So you let him know all the time how he was raggedy, how he wasn't nothing, how he wasn't no man to you, how, you know what I'm saying? You continue to let him know those things. Though sometimes that is necessary. When you realize he was leaving, Liv, you ain't stopped. You ain't stopped because you thought he never would leave. You know what I'm saying? You thought he never would go away. I just want to say, sometimes when people are trying to grow and they're trying to figure out who they are, especially him watching you figure out who you are, you know, when he watched you grow and do things that he probably never even thought was possible, and now it made him feel, hey, maybe I can be possible, that maybe those things are possible for me. Hey, dang, I want some of that kind of happiness. She glowing a little different. I want to get some of that happiness. You know what I'm saying? And instead of you maybe understanding that, all you want to understand is his failures and what he could not do and what he did not do. And I understand coming from your perspective, but from his perspective, you got to understand that if he's trying to change, he don't want to hear that every day. And maybe he should have said it. I feel like him running away from Florida and what you say a good job is just him running away from feeling like he's not needed as a man and from feeling less than a man. And yes, that is cowardly of him, because you have been in that position where you was not the breadwinner and you had to let go of some of your independence and you had to sacrifice a lot. So I agree. Why couldn't he? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you guys are married. So it's like, it take two. It don't take one in no marriage. It take two. And it take everybody like coming in together, entangling your toenails, bro. Your eyelids, your eyelashes. Like, you got to be in tune with your partner. You got to fight to get that every day. Because here it is. I don't even think y'all made it to a year. Out of 7 years of being with this man, you couldn't even be married to him for that long of a time. That hurts. And it's okay. I feel like if you talk about that, not even to us, that's fine. But if you talk about that, get some help, you'll be able to heal a little more, because we want Liv back. We want you to heal. We not rushing you, but we know that you ain't finna be out here giving your cooch away to get over Jerrod, baby, because that's not gonna work.